So this is the non-glamorous stuff nobody ever tells you. We're doing DD at Pines of Lanier, our new acquisition in Gainesville, beautiful Gainesville. It's right next to Lake Lanier, which is a fantastic lake. A couple of our investors have great memories from here. And this is the stuff nobody tells you about. It's raining, it's cold, and we're going to go into a lot of units and conduct our due diligence. All right, let's go. You see the sign over here? We're definitely changing that, because it seems like this sign, even though this property was built in '85, I think they made that sign in 1965. As an owner, you want to have an attractive product out in the market where you attract high quality residents. There's probably been a couple of residents that came to look for an apartment, they saw the sign and probably turned back. So one of the big value add things is, as we reposition, rebrand this property, we're obviously going to be rebranding, but things like these have to change. But what do they have here? They have a more modern looking logo. And you see how small this is? So compared to that, this is actually not a bad sign if you think about it. You just miniaturized it. So, I mean, unless you weren't looking for it like I did, there's no freaking way you'll ever see this thing. So if they're literally just taken a black and white, similar to the scheme we actually used for Brighton Farms on our thing, that's a black and white as well. If they just did this, they had some raised lettering, and fans of American Psycho will know about raised lettering. There's a really good scene over there. If they had some raised lettering, Nimbus, hopefully, this would just pop. This would look great. Black and white, great look. I don't know what's a nice way of saying this. These flowers are obviously wilting. You should have your maintenance person, your landscape person be coming in, cleaning these from time to time so the property looks clean, the property has an elevated look. You don't have this excess rot happening. Don't even worry about new residents coming in. What about the people that live here? They pay you the rent every month. Do you think they want to go through this? Have you ever seen a paint scheme worse than this? Definitely changing this. Fun fact, this property used to be white colored, which was actually not a bad color. And somebody actually decided to use these colors, which God knows how they came up with this color scheme. That's what we have, and we're going to change it. That sign, that's not big enough. In fact, the first time I remember I came to this property, I actually missed that sign. Now, it could be me, which might be the case, but it's also because the sign is I mean, it's non-existent. Actually, if you're driving all the way from the back, you come here, the sign is non-existent. You see where it says apartments and leasing office? You see how nondescript that sign is? Like your mind doesn't even register, or your eyes don't even register that that's a sign you should be looking out for. So definitely improving the signage, because when you do that, immediately when somebody comes into the property, they know where the clubhouse leasing office is. They can go there, get the ball rolling. So this is a complete management play. As you can see, number one, you see the excessive stuff at the back of the wall. Hasn't been cleaned, it's probably been there forever. You see all this furniture over here. Management has to start enforcing the rules of the property. You see, this is actually a fire hazard because you've got a covering right at the top. The fire department is going to have a fit over this. This is a complete management play. They should be implementing and enforcing these rules. They haven't. And a lot of times people feel, in our business that, I come and put the $7,000, $10,000 in interior renovation, paint the outside of the property, and it looks really good. And then let small details like this just go by the wayside. So these apartments are in pretty decent condition. This is a classic unit, as you can see. The boxes look okay, the fronts look fine, actually, surprisingly. A lot of this just needs TLC. You just need to clean it up. The light fixtures need a little bit of improvement. As you can see there, you've got mismatched lights with white and yellows. So we need to get that around. So we're gonna do the whole value add process here. Sparsely furnished, but I mean, generous size. You've got a walk-in closet here. There you go. Turn on the lights, we've got a walk-in closet, ample space here. If we go inside, we can see over here, needs a lot of TLC. That's where the value add comes in. Hey, this is a renovated unit. I really like the fact that countertops, they're nice. They're not the granite ones we use in Brighton and Equinox and a bunch of our other properties, but they're very nice. They go with the general look and feel of the property. Now, I personally like the layout because as soon as you come in through the door, you've got a living room, you sweep into the kitchen, you've got a nice little countertop island sort of thing here. It doesn't really move, obviously. So I love this because you immediately get into the thick of things. Now when you come here, oh, it's a nice cozy sized bathroom. It's got all the amenities, upgraded countertops, sink, might change the faucets later on if the need arises. These clean bathtub, all the bells and whistles you need in a bathroom workforce housing. Room is very generously spaced. As you can see, you've got a full bed over here. He's got other furniture. He's got his walk-in closet over here. He's got all his clothes. So generous sized room, generous sized apartment. The layout is very nice because a lot of times what happens is people have these funky layouts. They might have a long, narrow hallway, or they have a this or that. And then you have, say, whatever, 600, 700, 800 square feet, but you're just not using the space correctly. And over here, the space is being used very efficiently, very nicely. You've got a cozy unit. And when it's upgraded, you're able to charge a lot of rents and get those rent pops. This is a classic unit. It's a loft style unit. I'm going to go up and show you. You've got a 2-story view. So if you look down from here, you've got your living room, you've got your kitchen. All right, so it's a mismatched appliance set over here, as you can see. Again, small details make a huge difference. Change this to black stone matches, clean up this entire area. What we're then also going to do is change the stain of these cabinets to a darker brown. That helps. Now, let me go over here. Great shelving over here, as you can see. You can never run out of good storage spaces, right? So great shelving over here. That's a good usage of space. This is a nice little feature, right? Close. You have your own private backyard. That's kind of a nice feature, right? I love private backyards. We can really monetize these because we can have these enclosed. And what we did on our other properties like Brighton Farms, as an example, we're charging $50 to $75 for private backyards. This is a pool area. It's been replastered. It needs some TLC, not a lot, because we've got a lot to work with. We've got the trees at the back. We've got that wooden deck over there. Now, these pool furniture, it's not the worst in the world. We need to put a lot more umbrellas. It adds just accents. It just makes it more presentable. On the pool deck over here, we're thinking of maybe adding a gazebo or a little bit of something similar to that, just to give it a little bit more character and just visually more texture. A lot of this is going to be cosmetic in terms of the paint, the design, and all of that sort of stuff. But what it does is it elevates the amenity set. Can I improve the gazebo a little bit? Add a couple of benches here. We've got that little bench there. We've got to take it away. Make it a little nearer to here. I mean, these are a health hazard, obviously. We're not going to use these. But even if you have the grills here, I mean, if you have a bench that's right over there, what's the point of that bench if you have a grilling station here? So what we're going to do is add some benches around this, make this a more amenitized space. People are more incentivized to actually come out here, hang out here. Got the great bones of a gazebo. I mean, you've got a great background. You've got these great pine trees. The grass is decent. We've got leafy trees. So all you got to do is come in. And again, these things don't cost a lot of money. You're maybe spending 10, 15 grand at most. But what you've done is elevated the entire look of the property. You've added a complete new amenity, and you've done it in a tasteful way which attracts your residents. So now when new and existing residents come in, they see this, they're more attracted, they come out to these amenities. They start having buy-in because they feel like it's a community. So number one, existing residents, they feel like that. So next year when they want to renew the lease, they renew the lease. They don't want to just move away because it's not a transaction for them. It's a home for them. New residents, when they come in, they see all the great work you've done from the outside. The signs are updated. The paint scheme is done. The management cares. They come here and they see this. The best impression, right? Curbside appeal is number one thing, right? So they come here when we do all the good work. They see all the amenities we made. Boom, clicks in their head. Even if they don't realize it, they're doing some special stuff over here. So the whole idea is to amenitize the space, make it a lot better, and then start rolling out all the interior changes. You got to start from the outside, and then you got to move in. Because curbside appeal is number one. Whether we realize it or we don't, human beings are visual creatures. When we see something nice, we see something appealing, we're more attracted to go towards it. When we go towards it, then we find out if it's in our budget, do we want to stay here, can we convince ourselves to stay here? But if we don't even let people come to us, no amount of interior renovations or good management is ever going to help us.